Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon. We'll get started in a minute, guys. We'll get started in a few minutes. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Octo, Mimo. I wouldn't touch Octo. It was a pump and dump last time, so I would just stay it. And if anyone mentions fun, I'm not charting it. I'm not mentioning it because everyone should not. No one should be in that thing. It's a complete gamble. They've dropped 2 offerings already. If you're going to trade that thing, prepare to lose your whole account probably. Or whatever you do with it, whatever you trade size with it. Yeah, look what happened to Octo last time. It ran up and it came straight down, downtrend. So 0.55, that's the level. That's kind of it. But I would just be careful, be extremely careful of Octo. Mimo, same thing, downtrend, no need to enter. You don't enter on downtrends, you enter on the breaks. If this holds 2250, then you can look for possible entries on that. Or if you want to wait for safe entries, 0.23, that's where I would personally wait. You get a break above 2.3 because it was previous resistance here, break above that, hold that level, then you could look for possible entries. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. In my opinion, THR, TGL, I'm in all. Good luck if you're in them. I'm not in anything. I'm in 0 plays. I traded CHRS earlier from 294 to around here, 306, I think it was. BFRG looks fantastic. Expecting this to run again today. That does not mean buy the stock now because we don't know what the market will be. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait till market opens to see if it gives us any opportunity. But technically speaking, this should break out. Okay, we have a strong uptrend. We're in a bullish pennant. So we can just alter this a bit. Well, I'll just keep it like this. And then we can see that this is becoming a big resistance level here. So this $6 level. But at the moment, it is expected to break out. We ran 25% on Friday. Even though the market wasn't great, the whole week, this thing was very, very bullish, right? So on the 17th, we can see it was all the way pretty much like what, 275, and it's all the way up to $6. So that's a pretty big increase. Just expecting this to break out. Support level is very simple and easy to find. It's just this here, which is 530. So you want this to hold and then hopefully push to the upside. RVSN, this one's a pretty crazy play. Reason why I have 280 is because it was previous resistance here. And then we can see obviously that it was resistance again. It's rejected once and it's rejecting this again. So you need a candle close above this 280. If you can get that, then you should expect continuation. But trying to enter now is a complete gamble. You can see it's coming all the way down. So it's a very, very strong resistance level at the moment. Life W, this one is in a downtrend. Yes, it is up 20%, but it is in a downtrend. No reason to be in this at the moment. I'm personally going to wait for it to break 178 if it does. But at the moment, the market is very, very dodgy the last week. And then obviously this Monday, it's pretty much the same as last week, the pre-market. So we know that with last week's pre-market, it wasn't that great. And then the market wasn't great. Same thing with today's Monday. There hasn't been any clear runner and the market hasn't been too great. So I expect the same thing again today. I don't expect the market to be that great. I think that one of the main reasons why the market is like this is because the SPY's at an all-time high. People don't really know what to do in this situation, right? If something's broken at all-time high, what do you do? Do you buy? Do you sell, right? So there's a lot of uncertainty on what is actually going on with the market right now. So that's why a lot of people are being hesitant, and that's why you wouldn't see the market run as usual, because it's pretty much broken that key level. But we'll just have to continue and see what the market does bring. There's always opportunity. NCL, $2 break is ideal. Big resistance level here, and psychological level as well. Yeah, this one's crazy. SGMT. I think I mentioned in the Discord that I'm expecting this to get to, what was the level I mentioned? 1 second, let me check. Where is it? I think try and just find out that level that I had marked. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, 1250. Yeah, so it broke 1250. Yeah, so 1250 was that level, because we look in the 4 hour, we go look left of the chart. And then we look left and we can identify that this is a resistance level. So I said 1250 were here. So if you look here, we see that this was previous resistance like this, right? So if we break and hold, if we get a candle, if this candle closes above this, right? Not a wick, if this candle closes above, then you should expect continuation to this next level, which is here, 1620. So that's your next resistance level if it breaks this. But at the moment, this is very, very bullish. If you're trying to enter now, you're gambling, and it's a complete chase and FOMO, and that's where most people lose. But yeah, it's pretty insane. I have no idea what the news is. Let me have a look. This is SGMT. Some bio news, I'm assuming. Beautiful breakout. Low floater running on news. Positive top line results. Phase 2. Biopsy confirmed. It's also a small float, so that's why it's also running. Let's have a look. SGMT. So this was the news here. I'll post for you guys as well for those who don't know. I'm not really too worried about the news. It doesn't really affect my kind of trading, but that's just what the news is, why it is running for those who are curious. Save. Just got this one on watch since it's been around. All the airlines were running on Friday. This was obviously one of them. A lot of people are watching this on Twitter. We can see that this has become the area of support here. What about the 15-minute demand zone? So yeah, we can see, look, we can just mark this as our demand zone. So we can go here to here. Well, we can use this candle. We'll just focus on this one actually. So this is your demand zone here, which is that candle. So we have this as your demand zone at the moment. So we'll just simply mark this demand zone. And then from there, we can identify that this is a key level. So whenever it comes down to this level, we expect it to hold and push up. And this is where we can also look for possible entries as well. So I'm going to remove this all the way. There we go. So this is your demand zone at the moment, right? And then obviously, if we're looking at the overall trend, okay, it is up 3%, but the overall trend is bearish, okay? We're still in that downtrend. There's no sign of a reversal yet. The only good indication is that we have it pretty much pulling back into this demand zone and respecting it well. So that is indicating that it is a strong area of support. So this is respecting demand zone well. What does this say? Respecting demand zone well. So this means that into open, if we can hold, right, if we can hold this level, this, what is this, 670 level, 650, if we can hold this, then hopefully we can break the 710 and then the trend line. And then if we break the trend line, we have room all the way to 775. So that's what I'm focusing on now. Just got these levels marked here. So when market opens, if this holds, then I'll look for possible entries. But trying to enter now is not worth it. It's still bearish. However, it is trying to look like it's reversing, but there's no confirmation for me yet to be getting in this. LYT, a lot of people are watching this play. This is obviously a sub $1 stock that I'm not really too interested on, but I know a lot of people trade this. all I would do is simply just mark the high, which is here. So 0.16, you can put that on your charts, put an alert, whatever you need to do. If it breaks the high of pre-market, then you expect continuation to the upside. It's just that simple. So at the moment, trying to enter, I don't know. I know that these might just be Weeble's wicks, but not really a fan of this setup at the moment, but you're just kind of in this range. So this is your trading range. There's no reason to be trading within this range. Wait for a break above, then you can look for possible entries. If it breaks below, just mark the next area of support. That's all. So don't try and enter now because you don't know what's going to happen, right? It's just pretty much consolidating within this range. CHRS, what's happening with this in this demand zone? 5 minute. So we have this demand zone here, but it's not really like a demand zone. I've just really marked it as pretty much the last area of support here. The low here of pre-market, which is 240. So we can see if it breaks below here, that's where we expect it to go down to. But we are still bearish. However, we are trying to push to the upside a bit, like that. This is just the 8 AM candle wick, so just ignore that. Here's your demand zone. So it's still in that demand zone. So you can see this is a really large demand zone, right? This is only because I had the last red candle here before the push to the upside, but it is a much larger. This would technically speaking, this is your demand zone here, this small one here. So we can even put this if you want. Put it like that, and then it's just very small. It's not. I'm gonna put it from here to here so we can get just a clear range. So that's what we have for the demand zone. So at the moment, we are trying to push to the upside. We're respecting the demand zone at the moment. We are forming an uptrend in a bullish pennant. So hopefully we can push to the upside on this. But at the moment, I think it's rejected VWAP. Yeah, this was VWAP. So look, this rejected it. So if a stock is below VWAP, usually what happens is VWAP acts as an area of support. As resistance if it's below, and if it's above, it acts as an area of support. So you can see once it broke above here, it became an area of support. Once it broke below, it became an area of resistance, and then area of resistance, right? So we needed to break above that. That would be safe entries. Ideally, right, you want a green candle close on this to push to the upside, but at the moment, it is still bearish. I know it looks like it's bearish with a bullish pennant, but the downtrend is too strong for me to be considering it yet. BFRG, I really like this setup. I mentioned it a little bit earlier when I just started the stream. I do expect price to break out of this, okay? The reason is because it's very bullish. I mean, all the way from 17th, I think, yeah. From the 17th, we've ran, so from here, 17th all the way to here, we've ran 115%, okay? So there's been 115% price increase from the 17th. So obviously that is a bullish move. What's happening now is that we are still bullish on the 30-minute, okay? Although it does look like it's in a downtrend here, but we are still in an uptrend here, which is starting to form a bullish pennant. So all you simply do on this is play the trend, okay? This is a next area of support, this 530 level. So you can just mark this as 530. Why is this an area of support? Because it was previous resistance. We finally broke above. Now you can see that it's become an area of support. So if it comes down to 530, okay, and holds, that's where you can look for possible entries because that's where it's been holding, okay? Then hopefully it does break out of that. But at the moment, I'm only waiting for all my plays. I'm waiting for open. I'm not going to be entering now. The market doesn't look worth entering anything for me, to be honest. Doesn't look too great. See what else is moving. Right, let's see. RVSN, it's coming down. I really don't like these wicks. I don't know why Weeble does this, but yeah. TGL, everyone and their grandmothers in TGL. Yes, TGL is still bullish. It's in a falling wedge. This is still bullish. When do you... I can't read. Oh, let me just see what it says. How do you decide which stocks to be watching? I guess it's fundamental because the news plays. So the ones that have the most volume with the top gainers. So it's just the top gainers that are running. So all the stocks that basically have news in the top gainers and pre-market is based on a fundamental analysis. Well, not analysis, but fundamental. And then from me, for my entries, I look on a technical basis. So fundamental is what gets the stock moving because there's news and people are buying it. Then when I'm looking for my entries, it's based on a technical analysis. So that's kind of where the setups are on a technical basis, but fundamentally that's where the setups are given because the news is there, and that's what I need. I need volume to trade I won't be entering a stock that has no news or is also technically in a downtrend. So all I do is go on this website. It's no cheat code, nothing. Can use it. Any website that has the top gainers, I literally just add them to my watch list and look for setups into open and see which ones give me my plays. So I'm just saying this is a bullish chart right now. Yes, it's down 13%, but it's in a bullish pennant. Technically speaking, a bullish pennant is a bullish reversal pattern, meaning you expect price to push to the upside and break out of this. Will it do it? I don't know, but technically speaking, it should. Always keep your stop loss. SGMT going down, probably. There's 1252. So remember I had this marked earlier. Look, why is it rejecting? Because this is an area of resistance. Need a candle close above this. Closure needs to be above. So there's been no closure above. We can see there's 1 wick and 2 wick. This is a strong indication that it is an area of resistance. Break above this, then you have room to 1620 at the moment. So trying to enter now is a gamble because there is no sign that it can continue to push up, right? It's more likely to go down at the moment just because of the last 5-minute candles. We've had 10 minutes of price action that's rejecting this, but as long as it holds an area of support, which is this here, then if you can hold this level, then you should be okay to push to the upside. ARQT. ARQT, I'm going to add this. Let me see. I actually remember this play. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday last week. It was a terrible play. It was, I think it was running, and then all of a sudden it just came all the way down. It was just very, very bearish. But look here, I actually have a 4-hour demand zone here, and it's actually respecting it. So it's looking good. Your resistance, your next resistance level is here. What is this? 365. So yeah, I mean, I haven't touched this since whenever the move happened, whenever it pulled back to here. So you can see here, this looks good. So this is respecting demand zone. This looks, if it's respecting a key level, that is a very bullish sign, okay? FYI. ARQT, respecting demand zone. Mark. So Mark is the play that runs with Fun and DWAC. So be very, very careful. I don't know anything about that stock, if they can drop offerings, but be very, very cautious. They're just simply running because of the Trump news. That's it. It's the only reason why they're running. There's no other reason. It's bearish at the moment. So you can see it's broken below a support level here. So it's breaking below this, which is very bearish. So yeah, there's nothing on this. This is only going to move if DWAC and Fun move. There you have your downtrend on that. So be cautious. I would mark 0.40 because that's the psychological level, the nearest psychological level, and see what that does from there. But yeah, it's just, this is based off sympathy play. GNS, it's moving up. 4 hour looks good. Here's your resistance level. 0.34. So this is your next resistance level, 0.34. So watch this 0.34 break. See what it does do here. If you get a closure above that, you should be fine. Here's your next resistance all the way up here. So GNS, this is your GNS levels. So GNS, watch for 0.34 break above. All right, let's see what else is moving. Good morning, good morning, good morning. RVSN, you need 280 on RVSN. At the moment, it's bearish. I don't like these wicks. I think it's only because it's only on Weeble, but I'm only interested if it breaks 280. I need a closure above it. Just because it breaks like that, right? Looks like it's breaking. I need a full candle close above this. You can see that it's rejected once, twice, 3 times, right? More like 7 times here. Therefore, I would not be entering here because every time it tries to get here, it rejects it. If you get a candle closed above, that is where you can look for possible entries. It's much lower risk. Trying to enter now is higher risk because there's no sign of reversal. Close above this, then you should be fine. But every time it gets here, you can see it's rejected. So there's no reason to be entering it at the moment. Mark 280. That's all you need to do. LIFW, same thing with this. No reason to be entering this. As I mentioned, right? All I've done is mark this 178 because it's a clear area of resistance. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 rejections here. We need this to break above. If that doesn't break above, then you just don't need to enter. Yeah, so I'm looking for demand zone maybe. CHRS, what else? Close on chart 5 minute. Yeah, the larger time frame, the closure is better. So 1 minute's higher risk, 5 minute is low risk. CRGE. CRG is looking good. So I mentioned this one earlier today, CRGE actually. So what you need a closure above this 0.1639 or 49. Oops, it's 39. But it looks good. We'll see what this does do, but keep this on watch. This is a former runner. We know the potential of this play as well. So we need a close above. That's not a close above, that's a wick. It's rejecting right now. So at the moment, no need, no need, no need. So you can, I've just posted there so you can have a look at the chart. Right, what else is moving? 5 minutes, yeah, no worries. So yeah, when you need closure, the larger the time frame, the better, that's all. CRGE, I just need to get this. Gonna keep this on watch. I'm not gonna be trading these, but it's more for Hassie setups. TAOP, sounds like a sub $1 play. Sure is. No volume. Bearish, bearish, bearish. So 4-hour chart. Bearish right now, right? So 1 rejection, 2 rejection, 3 rejection. So no sign of reversal yet. Higher risk entries 1.125 or 112. I would say 115. Yeah, 115 I would look for. You could look for possible entries, but safe entries above the trend line break. Trend line break always just indicates that there's a possible trend reversal, that's all. ARQT, I've just got this on watch. We'll just keep this here. CHRS, Fun, GoGo, Tramp. I'm not even looking at Fun. I'm not even going to talk about it, to be honest. I'm just going to ignore it. Let's see what this is doing. Yeah, so we break below here, then we're coming down to this level. It needs to reclaim $3, ideally. BFRG is coming down to this 530. That's what we want it to come down to. Hopefully we can hold that level into open. RVSN looks like it's reversing. So you have now 240. So your next resistance level is here, 260, and then 280. So the reason why I have 260 is simply because of this here. So 260 and then 280 is this level here. So you can keep this on watch. However, it does look like it is trying to reverse on this, so we'll see. Guys, if you can do me a favor and like up the stream and then subscribe if you haven't, I've got another video I'm posting tomorrow as well on YouTube. So follow us. You'll be able to watch the new videos on it. CRGE. Here's your CRGE levels. So here's your CRGE levels for those who like this play. Just keep this on watch because I know that this one is possible runner, but I'm not going to be trading it. It is sub $1, but this is more for Hassi's setup because he does trade these sub $1 plays and he's very good at them. So just keep them on the watches for him. All right, I'm going to go with my watches, guys, and then I'm going to head into the Discord. I know we've got a couple people just join the Discord. Yeah, we have a couple new members who just joined Discord now. Like I said, end of the month, the membership is going up to $75 or $80. So if you do join now, it'll be $60 until you cancel. You'll be locked in. All right, anyway. So we have CHRS. Obviously, this is a runner. It's up 14%. It is in this demand zone. If it can hold this level, I expect it to push to the upside. If it doesn't, it's going to come all the way down to this 245. BFRG. This one is looking good on a larger time frame. So what I'm looking for is it to hopefully pull down to 530 or break this 580 level. So those are the two levels that I'm watching at the moment. RVSN, it looks like it is trying to reverse, but for me, I'm waiting for 280. If we can break 280, then I'll be interested. But at the moment, no reason to be entering it. LIFW, this is a former runner. We know the potential of this play, so it's just always good to keep this one on watch. Ideally, I'm looking for it to come down to this demand zone, right? Because that's just lower risk entries here rather than trying to buy it in the middle. You don't really know what's going to go happen here. So for me personally, I'm waiting for demand zone. If it can hold that level, then I'll look for possible entries, which it should probably come down to here. NCL, this one is looking good. Demand zone we could put here. So this is your demand zone. Kobe, I'm not interested in fun, bro. Sorry, man. I'm not going to be mentioning it at all. I'm not posting on my Twitter or anything. I don't want you guys jumping into that plays. Had two offerings. It's a complete gamble. Not worth it. In my opinion, there's thousands of better plays. But if you can make money on it, go ahead. But for me, I'm just not going to share it. I don't want you guys being caught out. Here is NCL. So we can hold this demand zone and then I'll look for possible entries into open. Alright. Let's see. So NCL setting up for open. So why do I say it's setting up for open? Because it's holding demand zone and it's respecting it well, which is good. SGMT, I don't know. I'm not really interested in this. It's probably gonna go crazy, but we'll see. Next level 1620 on this. Save. This is simply on my watch list because of was it Friday it ran? I think Thursday as well. I'm not too sure, but Friday it ran. And then at the moment we can see on a larger time frame here that we are respecting this demand zone, right? So every time it gets to this, it's pushing back up. I'm looking for a 710 reclaim or just a pullback to demand zone or a downtrend break. But ideally I want it down here because I know that if it comes down here, it's probably going to push back up again. ARQT, this is a larger time frame play. Someone mentioned this one to me. Looks like it is pushing off demand zone as well, so this looks good. Former run as well. And then LYT, Nothing on this. It's downtrend at the moment on this. And then that's pretty CRGs here. So you need a candle close above here to look for possible entries. Trying to enter now is not worth it. But that's all I have for today, guys. I will be sharing charts where I can. I'm going to be very busy in the Discord. We've got a lot of new members joining, so I'll be going over some things with them. If you have any questions about the Discord, feel free to ask me on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for joining, guys. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.